Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This video uses AI narration to present our original book analysis.
Oh, cool.
Today we're diving deep into The Two Towers.
Okay.
The second part of Tolkien's epic Lord of the Rings saga.
Right.
So you're joining us as we uncover what makes this book so captivating.
Yeah.
Even for those who haven't journeyed to Middle-earth lately.
Right.
You know?
It's fascinating how Tolkien throws us right into the heart of the conflict, you know?
Right.
The Fellowship of the Ring has shattered, and it leaves us with this sense of urgency and loss right from the very beginning.
Yeah, you're immediately confronted with that separation of the Fellowship.
Yeah.
Frodo and Sam are alone,
right,
shouldering the burden of the ring, making their way towards Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli they find themselves on this desperate chase tracking the orcs,
right,
who've captured Merry and Pippin.
Yeah, and this separation really highlights the individual struggles that each character faces, you know?
Yeah.
Their paths diverge.
Yeah.
They have to confront their own strengths and weaknesses
in
the face of these immense challenges.
And speaking of challenges, Aragorn's decision to pursue the orcs instead of following Frodo.
Right.
That's such a pivotal moment, I think.
True.
He's torn between this loyalty to his friends and the fate of Middle-earth. You know?
Absolutely.
And it's a decision that really reveals his deep compassion.
Yes.
But also, I think, the heavy weight of leadership.
For sure. For sure. It's not just a choice between two paths either, you know?
Right.
It's a reflection of these complex responsibilities that Aragorn's coming to terms with. Mm-hmm. This is a theme that resonates, I think, even outside the world of fantasy, right?
Right.
Like, how do we balance our personal commitments with the greater good?
Right.
It's like, you know.
It's applicable to our lives, too.
Yeah. And while all of this is happening,
Tolkien introduces us to the Rohirrim.
Yes.
The horse lords of Rohan.
Yeah.
They just burst onto the scene with, like, a completely different energy.
Yes. Yes. What's striking about the Rohirrim is their deep connection to the land. Their culture, their horsemanship, even their language is intertwined with the wide open plains of Rohan, you know? It gives the story this whole new dimension, which contrasts with, you know, the more mystical realms of the elves or the dwarves.
Right. You really get a sense of their culture when we meet Éomer.
Yes.
One of the riders of Rohan.
Yes.
He's such a fierce warrior.
Yeah.
But also deeply loyal to his people and their king, Theoden.
Unfortunately, Theoden has fallen under Saruman's influence, though, you know?
Right.
Leaving Rohan vulnerable.
Right.
And speaking of Saruman, his creation of the Uruk-hai adds a terrifying new dimension to the conflict.
Yeah, the Uruk-hai are just relentless, driven by this singular purpose to hunt down the hobbits.
Right.
Makes their capture all the more intense, you know?
Yes, definitely.
Knowing how formidable their pursuers are.
It's interesting to consider the Uruk-hai as a representation of Saruman's ambition, right?
Right.
And his willingness to manipulate nature. They're like a twisted reflection of the Ents, who embody the natural world's, ancient power.
And the Ents awakening is such a powerful moment in the book.
Oh, yeah.
We see Merry and Pippin seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But they play a part in rousing these ancient tree shepherds.
The Ents operate on a completely different timescale than the other characters, too.
Right.
Their slow, deliberate nature contrasts sharply with, the urgency of the war.
Yeah.
And it prompts us to consider the importance of patience and long-term thinking, even amidst the chaos.
Their decision-making process is fascinating.
Yeah.
They gather in the Entmoot.
Right.
Discussing, deliberating before taking any action.
Yes.
It's a stark contrast to the quick decisions that are often required in the heat of battle.
And yet their actions, once decided upon, are immensely powerful.
Oh yeah.
The destruction of Isengard is a testament to the force of nature when it's roused.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder that even the most patient beings have their limits.
Right.
And that disruption of the natural world can have these unforeseen consequences.
Yeah, it's an incredible contrast to the experiences of Frodo and Sam, too.
Right.
Who are struggling through the dead marshes at the same time.
Yeah, their journey is just steeped in this sense of dread and decay, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Reflecting that growing influence of the ring.
Yeah, the Dead Marshes are like a physical manifestation of the psychological toll
Yes.
that the ring is taking on Frodo. The will-o'-the-wisps, the decaying corpses, the oppressive atmosphere.
It's all a testament to the insidious nature of the ring's power.
And guiding them through this treacherous landscape is Gollum.
Yeah.
A character shrouded in ambiguity.
Right, right.
He's driven by his desire to reclaim the precious, but he also shows these moments of genuine pity for Frodo.
Yeah.
It makes his motives incredibly difficult to decipher.
He is one of the most complex figures in the story.
Yeah.
I mean, he's this cautionary tale of what the ring can do to someone,
Right.
consumed by its power. But he's also a reminder that even the most twisted individuals can be capable of compassion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Yeah, it's this internal struggle that makes Gollum such a compelling character, you know?
Yeah.
He represents that constant battle between good and evil, light and shadow that exists within all of us,
And his presence adds another layer of uncertainty to Frodo and Sam's journey as well.
Right.
Can they truly trust him?
Yeah.
Or is he leading them into a trap?
Exactly. It's like that question hangs over every interaction they have with Gollum. It forces us, as readers, to examine our own assumptions and judgments.
Right. And then in a sudden shift of perspective, we're back with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli.
Yes.
Their pursuit of the orcs leads them across Rohan, where they encounter the riders led by Aimer.
Right.
It's a pivotal meeting, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah. It highlights the importance of alliances, in the face of a common enemy. The riders, though initially wary of strangers, recognize the shared threat posed by Saruman.
Right.
And it reminds us that even in times of conflict, collaboration and understanding can be these powerful forces.
And their journey together really showcases the strength of their bond as a trio as well, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Aragorn, the skilled ranger, Legolas, the keen-eyed elf,
right,
and Gimli, the stalwart dwarf. Yeah. They learn to rely on each other's unique abilities,
right,
overcoming their differences to achieve this common goal.
It speaks to the power of diversity, right? Not just in terms of race or culture,
right,
but also in terms of perspective and skill. Each member of the trio brings something essential to the table, and it's their combined strength that allows them to face the challenges ahead.
And just when they seem to have lost hope of finding Merry and Pippin, they encounter Gandalf.
Yes,
but he's not the same Gandalf we saw in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right. This is Gandalf the White.
Yes,
reborn and empowered after his battle with the Balrog. His return signals, I think, a turning point in the story, a rekindling of hope amidst the growing darkness.
It's a moment that sends chills down your spine, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He confronts Saruman, breaks his staff, casts him out of the Order of Wizards.
Yeah, it's symbolic, but the war is far from over. Right.
Saruman's influence may be waning, but the threat of Sauron looms larger than ever.
Absolutely.
And Frodo and Sam are getting closer to Mordor with every step.
Right. And their journey takes them through the Emyn Muil.
Yes.
This desolate and treacherous landscape.
Right.
Really tests their limits physically and mentally.
The Emyn Muil represents the harsh realities of their quest, I think.
For sure, yeah. There's no escaping the danger.
Right.
There's no respite from that constant threat of discovery.
Yeah.
It's a stark contrast to the beauty of Lothlorien, where they found refuge earlier.
Right. And their guide, Gollum, becomes increasingly unpredictable.
Yeah, his desire for the ring wars with his fear of Sauron.
Right.
Making him a dangerous liability.
His inner turmoil mirrors the larger conflict between good and evil that's playing out across Middle-earth. Gollum embodies that struggle in this raw, visceral way.
Yeah. He's a constant reminder that even the smallest choices can have these profound consequences.
And those consequences become all too clear when they encounter Faramir, Boromir's brother.
Right.
It's it's a tense meeting.
Oh, yeah. It's fraught with suspicion and uncertainty.
Faramir is a complex character in his own right as well, I think.
For sure.
He's tempted by the ring just as his brother was.
Yeah.
But ultimately chooses to resist its allure.
It's a testament to his strength of character, but also a reminder of the insidious power the ring holds over even the most noble hearts.
His decision to let Frodo and Sam continue their journey is a turning point, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He recognizes the importance of their mission, even as he struggles with his own duty to protect Gondor.
It's a moment of grace and wisdom,
Yeah.
A choice that underscores the importance of trust and compassion, even in the face of overwhelming darkness.
But even with Faramir's blessing, Frodo and Sam's path is far from safe.
Right.
They're entering the heart of Mordor now.
Yeah.
Facing dangers unlike any they've encountered before.
And looming over it all is Shelob, the giant spider.
Yes.
A creature of pure primal fear.
It's a nightmare come to life.
Yeah.
And it's in this moment of ultimate peril that we see Samwise Gamgee's true strength shine through.
Yeah, he confronts Shelob, armed with nothing but his loyalty to Frodo and his unwavering determination.
Sam's heroism is just, it's a powerful testament to the enduring power of love and friendship.
Yeah, he's not a warrior.
Right.
Not a king. He's a simple gardener who finds this extraordinary courage within himself.
And in a devastating twist,
Yeah.
Frodo is struck down by Shelob's venom.
Uh-huh.
Sam, believing his dear friend to be dead, is left utterly alone, facing an impossible choice.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It tests the very core of Sam's being.
Yeah.
He's forced to confront the possibility of continuing the quest alone, burdened by, the weight of the ring and the loss of his closest companion.
And as the Two Towers comes to a close, we're left with this sense of both despair and anticipation.
Yeah.
What will become of Frodo?
Right.
Will Sam find the strength to carry on?
Tolkien masterfully leaves us hanging on this precipice.
Right.
It forces us to contemplate the true meaning of courage, sacrifice, and hope. The Two Towers is not just a story of adventure and fantasy, is it?
Right.
It's a reflection of the human spirit's capacity for resilience, even in the face of overwhelming darkness.
Yeah, it's a story that stays with you long after you've turned the final page.
Yeah. Yeah.
It prompts you to consider the choices you would make in the face of similar challenges.
Absolutely. And it leaves you yearning to discover what happens next.
Right.
How these intertwined stories will ultimately converge in the final chapter of this epic saga.
It's incredible how Tolkien leaves us on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
With the fate of Middle-earth hanging in the balance.
As we reach the end of the Two Towers, what stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from this part of the story?
I think for me, it's the emphasis on the power of choice.
Right.
Even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the book, we see characters grappling with these difficult decisions, each choice shaping the course of the narrative.
Right.
Aragorn choosing to pursue the orcs.
Yeah.
Frodo continuing to bear the ring despite its growing burden.
Faramir resisting its allure. These are all moments where individual choices ripple outward, influencing the fate of others.
It's a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, we have the agency to make decisions that can impact the world around us, for better or for worse.
Exactly. And it's not just about the big dramatic choices made by heroes and kings and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's also about the everyday acts of courage, loyalty, and compassion demonstrated by characters like Sam.
Right.
His unwavering devotion to Frodo, his willingness to face any danger to protect his friend.
Yeah.
These are choices that resonate deeply, reminding us that even the smallest actions can have these profound consequences.
Yeah. And speaking of Sam, his journey in the Two Towers is particularly moving, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He starts as this simple gardener thrust into this world of unimaginable danger.
Yeah.
And yet he rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
Demonstrating remarkable resilience and inner strength. What do you think contributes to his incredible growth throughout the book?
Well, I think it's his love for Frodo that fuels his courage.
Yeah.
It's a love that transcends fear, doubt, even despair.
Right.
It's a reminder that even in the face of darkness, love can be a source of immense power and strength.
Yeah, it makes you think about the relationships in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
The people who inspire you to be better.
Yeah.
To face your own challenges with courage and determination.
Absolutely. You know, The Two Towers is ultimately a story about the power of connection.
Yeah.
The bonds that unite us even in the most difficult of times, right?
Right.
It's a reminder that we're not meant to face our struggles alone, and that even the smallest acts of kindness and support can make a world of difference.
And as we close our deep dive into The Two Towers, what's one thing you'd like to leave our listeners with? Something to ponder as they continue their own journeys.
Okay.
Whether they're revisiting Middle-earth or facing challenges in their own lives.
I think it's the reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, hope endures. It might flicker and fade at times.
Yeah.
But it never truly dies. And just like the characters in The Two Towers, we have the power to keep that hope alive, to choose courage over fear. And to fight for what we believe in, even when the odds seem stacked against us.
Beautifully said. And for those of you who want to experience the full depth and wonder of The Two Towers for yourselves, we encourage you to pick up a copy of the book.
Okay.
You can find a link to purchase it in the description below.
Great.
And don't forget to subscribe to Mindful Moments for more captivating deep dives into the world of literature. Until next time.
Yes.
May your journeys be filled with courage, hope, and the enduring power of friendship.